Good morning, all of you. Okay, so before we begin, can you all just rise up, raise, stand up, and we can all shake a leg.
Shake that thing, bitch. Can I shake that thing, bitch? Annabella shake that thing, yeah. Donna, Jody and Rebecca, woman get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it, get jiggy, get pumped up, percolate anything you want. Because it's oscillate if I don't take pity. Want to see you get life on the rhythm of my ride and my lyrics up about electricity. Girl, nobody can do you nothing 'cause you don't know your destiny. Yo, sexy ladies want war with us. Inna the car with us, them not war with us. Inna the club, them want flex with us. To get next with us, them can't vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I earn them on. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I earn them on. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on.
Thank you very much. A huge round of applause to all of you there. Okay, so how many of you are sitting with their arms and legs crossed or just trying to, have your posture not straight? Anybody making an effort? Okay, we'll forget about it. We'll come at later. How many of you have shook hands with a celebrity and you haven't slept the whole night? Yeah? Okay, I'll make it more simpler. How many of you did not want to wash hands after that handshake? Nobody? Oh yes, even I also experienced when I shook hands with Shah Rukh Khan. And for next 2 days I was thinking I was Miss Shah Rukh Khan. So do you know why this all happened? So you walk into a room where your favorite actress is there and she stands like this and then she pouts. So the next party you go, you stand like this for the picture and you pout. So you know what is this all about? This is all about body language. We all grow up with a certain body language and our mind is somewhere or the other trying to control that body language. We try to copy body language because we want to be perfect. So there's a video here which I want all of you to see. This video will change your life, I mean it. Not like that ads on Tata Sky.
Vladimir Putin knows the world is watching him on American soil, and he also knows that his people are watching, so he must show strength.
Here, though, both leaders are making a strong body language statement.
Now here we are, two powerful world leaders in a sort of striding contest. Because of course, the faster you stride, the more strong, powerful and fit you are.
But it's not just the speed of walking that sends out messages.
Vladimir Putin and George Bush, both of whom are fantastically powerful men, have two completely different kinds of power, and it evidences itself through body language.
Thank you all for coming.
Vladimir Putin has what I would call a very animal power, a strongman power, and he walks by having his shoulders, they're actually bouncing back and forth, and he walks, he also makes gestures, he's very active. I would almost call it a kind of sexy power. George Bush, on the other hand, has a more traditional and I would say American power. There's very little movement above the shoulders. He's trying to look like he's controlled. There's no extra wasted energy.
Did you get something out of it? So there was one leader who is just walking, like they say, as an animal instinct, and the other absolutely poised, the American style of walking. There was a difference in their walking. You know what happens? That the body language determines how we look, what we do, how we actually are going to face the society. Have you been to a gym and you just try to put these weights up and down? So many a times the trainer will tell you to raise more weight and he tries to help you. So your mind says, no, I don't want to. But still your body is working. Your body benefits out of it, doesn't it? Okay? Somebody forcefully tickles you. Don't you laugh? Why am I giving these examples? I'm giving these examples to make you realize that if you want to feel powerful, start feeling that power within you. If you try to feel that power within you, my dear friends, you will have that kind of attitude. When I was a young girl, I was extremely overweight, very fat. I was extremely shy of getting out in public. My fear actually governed all my decisions. The friends I made, the clothes I wear, the places I went, the food I ate, each and everything revolved around how pathetic I look. And then I used to often go back home, cry and sulk. One fine day, there was this character called Mickey Mouse who was visiting our city. People of my age would remember that day. In Jaipur, Mickey Mouse visiting. And I had to climb up on the stage, shake hands, my father told me. I died there at that moment because I was so upset. I said, no, I cannot do it. But I never wanted to leave that chance of going up. I pretended to be confident. I thought to myself, let me pretend, and if I don't, as usual, I run away. I would always also run away from there. I pretended to be extremely confident. I walked up on the stage. I shook hands, and there was no looking back. Many a times, what happens is this, that you are trying to feel that thing within you, but you're so scared of the inhibitions that you do not want to take it out. Here, I'm just going to tell you another example. Recently, I represented my country for a US State Department Global Mentoring Program. And there, when all of us were sitting, there was press and media across the globe. And one of the guys asked me, so how do you feel? And I looked at myself, how do I feel? As in, you come from India, how do you feel? Do you get out on the roads? Is your neighborhood safe? I died in extreme embarrassment because India was not what they were wanting me to say. It is a country, there are a lot of things happening. But it is on us the responsibility. So my dear friends, why I told you this instance also was to tell you that your confidence code entirely depends upon you. It's okay to be not very confident. It's also okay to be extremely hurt about the failures in life, but it's not okay to give up. You need to stand, raise. And my dear girls, especially you, God has bestowed upon us the finest act of bravery to give birth to somebody. Then why on the earth you need to just lose and sulk? If at all you feel that there are things and there are situations you cannot guarantee success on, it's okay. You don't have to perform the way you perform in your examinations all the time. Just think that if we women bleed physically, there are few men sitting there who bleed mentally. Give them a chance or sympathize with them and move on. Here, I would also like to tell you about two little aspects. Having resources and being resourceful. If I talk about resourcefulness, the first name that comes to my mind is a detective. Isn't he an extremely resourceful guy? Yes? He is, because what he tries to do, he tries to just achieve his objectives by whatever it is. If I want to go to Delhi, I don't have the money, I don't have the car, I don't have the resources. But my resourcefulness will make me think that, okay, I can probably take a lift and take a lift from my friend. So the second most important thing is to differentiate between having the resources and resourcefulness. Third important thing, which I really believe in it, is a catchphrase. which many scientists and doctors are using and which I feel at your age is very important. Fake it till you make it. Have you heard of it? It is an extremely easy to do thing. Don't you fake to be smart? Don't you try to be smart? Yes? So what happens the moment you try to fake that, okay, for this particular exam, I'm going to write beautiful answers. It gets into your habit. Here also, I would take your attention back to a small little thing. I was physically very, very unwell. I used to really have problems, situations, illness at the drop of a hat. And when I got married, it was an extremely difficult situation for me because I used to be so unwell. I conceived and everybody said for 9 months she's going to be on the bed. She is not going to have a normal delivery or a normal baby. And I thought to myself, no, I have to break this. I have to fake it. I have to prove myself that I will be healthy. And yes, I had those 9 months in a very healthy situation and I had absolutely normal delivery. So there is nothing which you cannot achieve. Why I'm trying to tell you these things is, of course, you go on reading it in books and over again. But there are certain chapters which you need to write yourself, your own confidence code. You need to write yourself. So here I spoke about power, powerfulness, resourcefulness, fake it, till you make it. After a year or so, if you don't find yourself being successful, please do not think that you wasted 8 minutes of your precious life listening to a fool like this. Just at that point of time, analyze. Is my life moving ahead with these 3 principles? If it is not moving ahead, then you are following a basic formula of past equals to future. Do you want to actually follow that formula? Past equals future? Yeah? No, you don't want to. Your past will not be equal to your future, only if at all you go away from it, step into your present and continue in the future. We've studied books and books of how to think positive. But there are certain things in life which really should be of the prime importance. For me, when I started working from the age of 18, I knew what I wanted to be. And then there were situations wherein I felt that I'm just going to lose it. I discovered that there were 3 C's which were very important in your life. These are not the 3 C's which you read here and there each time when you Google. It's just out of very, very practical experience. The first C I thought was certainty versus uncertainty. We are certain that the sun is going to rise tomorrow. And we're uncertain what marks will I score in my English paper. Don't you think it's so crazy? We're certain about things which we have no control on. And we're uncertain about things which we have control on. It should be the other way around, isn't it? You should be certain about things which you have control on. Uncertainty also comes from the problems which we are having, from the surprises. But there has to be a balance between certainty and uncertainty. The second C is chief substance. What is that thing that makes you move? Is there any driven force which is behind you? I want to be a writer. I will make each and every effort to move in that direction of becoming one. The third C is connection. Connection of 3 types. Connection wherein you want to grow and there is a will to grow. Until and unless you have the will to grow, let me tell you friends, it's all a futile exercise. Whatever you do, howsoever you do. So that need to grow has to be there. Second connection is between the resources you have and being resourceful. And the third C, which is of the utmost importance in today's life, is connectivity with the outer world. It is very, very important to make human connections. It's very important to go meet people. As they say, socialize. Yes, it is very important. It will determine your future. Do not sit at home and think about an opportunity knocking. It does not happen. My mentor, Patty Sellers, who heads the Fortune magazine, she told me, she said, gone are those times when life was a ladder. Life is like a jungle gym. You know a jungle gym? Wherein you take one opportunity, then you jump onto another, then you jump onto another, then you jump onto another, and as a result, it's your habit to be successful. There are so many people who come to me and say, oh, do you get the time to do this? Do you get the time to do this? Yes, I do. Because I do not crib to myself that where is the time. I don't tell anybody, please give me time. I don't put a hand like this. I say, please take my time. I am in a more powerful position of giving rather than taking. It is very, very, thank you. It is very important to be the giver, not to be the taker always. Life will throw so many challenges at you. But if you try to capture them, if you try to move on, let me tell you, there is nothing that is impossible. Nelson Mandela said, your choices should reflect your hopes, not fear. So on this note, good luck to all of you. Let your choices actually reflect your hope. On this note, the first question I asked you, that how many of you are sitting with their arms crossed or with the legs crossed? In the animal kingdom, do you see the animals moving? They are so stern, they are so stout, they are absolutely vigilant of each and every action. So, do not let that happen in your own world. For example, your shoulders, never droop them down. Yes, I see so many people correcting the shoulders. My message has reached there. Thank you so much.